Alright, YouTube. Story time. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be talking about how awkward it absolutely is to put your 2 weeks into a job. So, in my time working, I put my 2 weeks into 1, 2, 3, 4, now officially 5 jobs. Okay. 2 movie theaters. I'm sorry, that's actually not true technically. 1 movie theater, 1 gym, fast food, retail, and then fast food again at one point. Okay. Put my 2 weeks in a lot of times. You could almost call me an expert at this point. And let me tell you, every single time has been incredibly awkward. So the first time I ever put my 2 weeks in, I was working at my first job in the movie theater. I had been there for 3.5 years. I had been wanting a manager position for forever. But our company got acquired, and then the company that acquired us got acquired. And they cut the management staff in like half. And I knew I wasn't even close to the top of the list of people that are getting promoted. So I realized I had to make a change. Like, I was not going to stay at this job for another 2 years to get promoted, especially because like the promotion would not have been very worthwhile overall anyway. It was more of like a early college, late high school kind of job. So I decided to move on and work at a gym. And kind of the hope was I could spend maybe a year there and learn sales skills and then hopefully get promoted to management there. It's a salary position. You get commissions. Like, all of it seemed like a pretty good deal. But I realized pretty quickly that the general manager there wasn't interested in having me be a manager. Basically, he didn't think that I was cut out for the sales world. And honestly, looking back on it, he's right. I think I would have hated it personally. He made a good call there. So after about like 9 months of working there, I started applying to like a handful of theaters in the area looking for management jobs because I wanted to leverage the experience I had gotten from my sales position and the experience that I had in the theater industry under shift lead leadership, like supervisor leadership. And I managed to actually get a call back. Got an interview scheduled, got the job. So in this case, when I put my 2 weeks in, I actually had to do it over the phone because I knew I wasn't going to see him for a few days. And it was like incredibly uncomfortable. He was happy for me, but he like didn't talk to me really that much for the rest of the 2 weeks. When I put my 2 weeks into the first movie theater job that I had, they were actually pretty excited for me because they realized I had been there for a long time. They knew that I needed to move on, and they realized I realized that nobody wanted me to be the manager at that point. It's like I had just been too long. It was just awkward at that point because I was like the 5th or 6th in line to become a manager. Like, they didn't want me to waste my time or to be resentful while being there. So I go to work at this theater. It doesn't work out. I don't stay past the probationary period. I stay there for 90 days, and I move on. I stay unemployed for like 9 months. And then I finally go to work in the fast food industry and become an assistant general manager and realize how grossly underpaid I am in the industry. Okay. By the time I left, I was being paid $12.50 an hour. I was in charge of all of the hiring, reaching out to everybody, all the interviewing, all of the onboarding, all of the training, all of the inventory, all of the discipline, and all of the employee appraisals for like the night crew. Okay, like I was in charge of a lot. I was getting paid $12.50 an hour. Okay, minimum wage is $7.25. I'm not getting paid that much money. So I finally found a job that paid more. That was leadership, which is the retail job I'm currently quitting, and it paid more. So I decided to pursue that. Put my 2 weeks in. The general manager did not talk to me for that entire 2 weeks, despite us working together. And to this day, he still resents me for leaving because he feels like he treated me fairly, and he 100% did not. So that experience was incredibly awkward. I think he saw me as a friend, and he felt like he could use me as long as he could, because he knew that I was desperate to be in management and leadership. And when he realized that I wasn't going to take it anymore, he became resentful and like wouldn't even look me in the eye anymore. Really, really frustrating experience. There was a short period where I worked at that same company over a summer, and when I put my 2 weeks in, the manager there actually borderline begged me to stay. And offered to cut my hours in half to get me to stay. So I stayed there for another like month or two before I realized I couldn't keep everything balanced anymore. I had to leave that job as well. And that was also awkward. Like, she kept like texting me, like offering more money, offering more flexible hours, basically anything that I wanted to stay. And I just wouldn't do it. At this current job, this retail job that I work at, she was so distressed by me putting my 2 weeks in. She offered to match the hours that I'd be getting at the job that I'm getting. Because the main reason I'm leaving is for hours. And I actually said no. Because I don't believe her or trust the fact that she would hold to that long term. Whereas in my current job that I'm about to go into, like, I've already negotiated it. Like, it's already done. I can trust that they're not going to like screw me over for that. So all my 2 weeks have been really awkward. It's like a breakup. Like, nobody wants it to happen. Everybody's uncomfortable the entire time. Nobody knows how to act or look or talk. And it's like my least favorite part about working is having to put my 2 weeks in, because all I know is that at the end of my job there, I'm going to have to look somebody in the eye that's been relying on me and say, yeah, I can't stay here anymore. And they're going to have to like scramble to find a new person. And it sucks because like I get so undervalued at work, which means that like typically I feel like I have to leave earlier and the managers want me to stay. Because what I typically do in a job is I become irreplaceable. Okay, I make myself into the kind of person they need to stick around. And I'm realizing now it's a flawed system, because whenever I do that and I leave, like I'm screwing everybody over in the process, which like it's cool because they'll try to negotiate for me to stay, but by the time that I'm interviewing, get a new job, put my 2 weeks in, I've already decided to leave. Now, I'm not sure if there's like an approach here where I should be negotiating before I put my 2 weeks in or not, and like maybe I just haven't like found that approach yet. But it's just big frustrating knowing that I could have gotten more had I actually asked, you know, and that's like all part of like the negotiation process that I need to learn about. Anyway, kind of a ramble. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Do not forget to keep it casual.